History is not dead, it is hidden. Subscribe to ZX History and like this video to uncover forgotten legends and lost empires. Now, let's begin today's journey into the past.
William Wallace, the man who challenged an empire. History remembers kings. It crowns emperors. It glorifies conquerors. But sometimes, history belongs to a man with no crown, no throne, and no army. A man who stood against the most powerful empire in Europe, armed with nothing but rage, belief, and a burning word that would echo for centuries: freedom. This is the story of William Wallace, the opening legend. In the late 12th century, Scotland was a land on the brink of collapse. Its people were divided, its nobles weak, and its throne empty. What followed was not just a war, it was a brutal struggle for identity. And from the shadows of history rose a name that England would try to erase: William Wallace. Scotland before the storm, 1286. The year is 1286. King Alexander III of Scotland dies suddenly after falling from his horse near Kinghorn. With him dies stability. His only heir, Margaret, Maid of Norway, is just a child. By 1290, she too is dead. Scotland has no king. This vacuum invites ambition, and across the border to the south, one man is watching: Edward I, the Hammer of the Scots. King Edward I of England, born 1739, crowned in 1772, is no ordinary ruler. He is ruthless, methodical, a master of conquest. History will remember him as Edward Longshanks and the Hammer of the Scots. In 1292, Edward forces Scotland's nobles to accept him as overlord. He installs John Balliol as king, but only as a puppet. Scotland is no longer free, and resentment begins to grow. The birth of a rebel, circa 1270. William Wallace is born around 1270, most likely in Elderslie, Renfrewshire, or possibly Ellerslie, Ayrshire. History argues over his origins, but one thing is clear: he is not royalty. His father, Alan Wallace, is a minor knight. William grows up learning Latin, theology, and swordsmanship. But more importantly, he grows up watching English soldiers march across Scottish land. The spark of revolt, 1297. By 1297, English rule has turned brutal. Heavy taxation, public executions, humiliation. According to legend, William Wallace kills an English sheriff in Lanark after the execution of his wife, Marion Braveheart. Whether myth or truth, what follows is undeniable. William Wallace chooses war. A guerrilla war is born. Wallace does not raise banners. He does not summon armies. He vanishes into forests, strikes supply lines, ambushes patrols. Within months, villages whisper his name. English garrisons burn. Sheriffs disappear. Scotland begins to believe again. The Battle of Stirling Bridge, 11 September 1297. Edward I sends an army north. Led by John de Warenne, Earl of Surrey, and Hugh de Cressingham, the English treasurer in Scotland. They meet Wallace near Stirling Bridge. The English army is larger, better equipped, confident. But Wallace understands terrain. As English troops cross the narrow wooden bridge, Wallace waits. Then he strikes. The bridge becomes a trap. English soldiers are slaughtered as they cross. Hugh de Cressingham is killed. His body later flayed, according to chroniclers. It is a total Scottish victory. Guardian of Scotland. After Stirling Bridge, William Wallace becomes a legend. In March 1298, he is named Guardian of Scotland alongside Andrew Murray, who soon dies of wounds. For the first time in years, Scotland stands tall. But Edward I is furious, and he prepares revenge. The Battle of Falkirk, 22 July 1298. Edward personally leads an army north. Over 15,000 men, heavy cavalry, Welsh longbowmen. Wallace faces them near Falkirk. The Scots form schiltrons, tight circles of spearmen. At first, they hold. Then the arrows fall. English longbows tear through Scottish lines. Cavalry charges finish the slaughter. Wallace is defeated. Scotland bleeds. Fall from power. After Falkirk, Wallace resigns as Guardian. Others take his place, including Robert the Bruce, future King of Scotland. Wallace disappears. For years, he lives as an outlaw, possibly traveling to France in 1299 to seek support from King Philip IV. But help never comes, and Edward never forgets. Betrayal. On 3 August 1305, William Wallace is captured near Glasgow, betrayed by Sir John de Menteith, a Scottish knight loyal to England. Wallace is bound, dragged south. The English king finally has his enemy. The trial in London, 23 August 1305. Wallace is taken to Westminster Hall. He is charged with treason, murder, rebellion. Wallace answers with words history will never forget. I could not be a traitor to Edward, for I was never his subject. The verdict is already decided. Execution of a legend. William Wallace is sentenced to death by the full traitor's punishment. On 23 August 1305, he is hung, drawn, and quartered. His head is placed on London Bridge. His limbs are sent to Newcastle, Berwick, Stirling, and Perth as a warning. But England misunderstands something. You cannot kill an idea. The aftermath. 3 years later, in 1308, Robert the Bruce becomes King of Scotland. In 1314, at Bannockburn, Scotland defeats England again. By 1328, Scotland's independence is formally recognized. William Wallace never lived to see it, but every victory carried his shadow. Legacy of William Wallace. Wallace left no throne, no crown, no dynasty. What he left was stronger, a symbol. Today, his name stands carved in stone at the Wallace Monument in Stirling. His story lives in poems, chronicles, and the memory of a nation that refused to kneel. Closing words. Empires are built on fear. They fall to belief. William Wallace proved that even a farmer's son can shake a kingdom. Not because he was strong, but because he would not submit. History tried to hang him. Instead, it immortalized him.